In an investor pitch or presentation, once you've identified your team, the value proposition you're delivering, the customer need or want, the particular customer pools and market segments you're targeting, and your business model, you're going to need to identify your competitors and explain how you have some sort of a competitive advantage, or at least your competitive strategy to compete with these competitors. Now, when you identify your competitors, you're identifying direct and indirect competitors. Direct competitors are those who specifically address the same hurt, need, or want with the same customer, client, and user that you're targeting. Indirect competitors are those that produce products or goods or services that are substitutes for what you're offering. That is, they don't compete directly. It is not their intended purpose to serve this customer, client, or end user in this way, but nonetheless, the effect is the same. For example, if I sell vacuums and someone else sells vacuums, they're a direct competitor. If I sell vacuums and someone else sells brooms, same more or less need, want. There's kind of different ways in which they are used, but one certainly can be a substitute for the other in a given situation. So that's why you want to identify your direct and indirect substitutes, and then you're going to have to explain how you are going to compete against these individuals. If you go by Porter's generic strategies and believe that there's really two groupings for competitive strategy, that is, you either differentiate yourself or you have some cost structure that allows you to do the exact same thing as others at a lower cost, and thereby having a higher profit margin. So even a lower percentage of the market would make your business viable. Or you do one of those in a niche or focused market. Now, whichever approach you take, if you're differentiated in some way, and there are millions of ways to be differentiated, stronger, faster, easier to use, easier to clean, you're going to identify what strategic approach you take to competing with these others in the market. This will help them, the investors, understand how you are going to establish yourself in the market. You will also want to identify the market share of the existing players. Give all the information you can to help them understand exactly how competitive is this marketplace and how you're going to compete. If you have something that already gives you a competitive advantage, like established intellectual property, or our existing brand awareness or association with a particular target group or market, then you'll include all of this information. But in summary, you're identifying your direct and indirect competitors, and you are telling the investor how you're going to compete with these individuals in the market. So what is your competitive strategy, and if you have anything at all that gives you some form of advantage over these others who are doing what you do.